That's correct. And then we're almost out of this. What's a little bit of gray over here?
Putamen.
Yeah, a little bit of putamen. Now, what does that make this?
Is that the posterior limb of the anterior something?
No, the postulum of what?
The internal capsule.
Correct. Now, what is that coming out of the posterior, or descending from the posterior?
Shut off your flash.
Say again?
There's a glow.
No,
That's the beginnings of the anterior.
that's correct.
What is it?
Wait, can you point to
It's the
that?
beginning of a crus cerebri. The crus cerebri on each side consists of descending projection fibers, which come from the cerebral cortex over here, flow through the centrum semiovale and the corona radiata, descend through the internal capsule, and then go into the midbrain, which is over here, to then plug into the pons. You see, so here you see fibers of a crus cerebri coming out of the internal capsule.
Yeah.
What's that?
Substantia nigra?
That's correct. What's this?
Cerebral
Well, what are these? Yeah, what's this? That's right. What's this?
anterior concha?
Correct, the body of the corpus callosum. Okay.
That's like the ending.
What are these? Yeah, inferior horns.
Horns of the lateral ventricle.
Yeah, they can't be hippocampus because that's solid
I don't
tissue.
know why she said that.
These are cavities. So here in the temporal lobes are inferior horns. The hippocampus doesn't show so well in this one. It lies over here. There's some others that show that better, but this is one of the ones. This one is almost identical, so we don't have to show both of them. The main value of this one is that it shows a crus cerebri coming out of the internal capsule.
Or a ram.
What's this?
That's more like a ram. Yeah. The chin of the ram.
What's this? Yeah, the pons is correct. That's the pons. Okay,
Dodge
now
symbol.
let's,
New slice?
we can just take, what? Oh, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's look at this. What do we have here?
What?
What do we have here? And then also, what do we have here?
No, it looks
Well, it
like it's
can't
the
be 'cause remember-
atrium of the lateral ventricle.
This is the atrium of the lateral ventricle.
What's the atrium?
It's when they all start
Just the
coming together.
lateral and the inferior.
Yeah, where they diverge from one another, where the posterior horn, the inferior horn, and the body separate from one another. So which side of the slice is this side?
This
Yeah.
is the
Poster?
Anterior.
How do you know that?
Because
it's sloping medially.
Because here we see the inferior horn of the lateral ventricle going downward and beginning to make the turn to go anterior, to go into the temporal lobe.
So how
It's
would you
turning
put
this
that?
way, so that means this is the posterior wall of the inferior horn. You can tell it is because obviously the ventricle is turning this way to project anteriorly.
How do you put that on paper, though?
Well, that's what you have to say. It shows the inferior,
That's
it shows the posterior wall of the inferior horn of the lateral ventricle curving to project anteriorly.
Got
So
it.
this must be the anterior side.
All right.
You can't see that if you're looking from P to A, obviously. So now there's the atrium once again. That reminds me of one other thing that,
We don't have to go back.
No,
It's
we're okay.
You can just tell
yeah,
us.
this is important. You have to find one over here that shows a particular thing. And I think
wait, Manila, what did you say?
this is not it, but in fact, it should be the flip side. So I just need one that leads